Moving on to something else, RHOM, Ice Out. Do you guys see this? It happened a few weeks ago. I'm catching up. I love episodes like this. We just catch up on all the things that are outstanding. A few weeks ago, before this reunion that we're in, Marisol, our good friend Marisol, she has said that Adriana is a very miserable. She hates the job. She hates the job. Now, I don't know who would like the job, but Adriana, like Alexia, is not leaving anytime soon. But our good friend Marisol has said that Adriana is always miserable. And this isn't like a source; these were Marisol's exact words. That Adriana is always miserable. She hates doing the show. She says a million times when we're filming, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Well, I mean, that's a thing that you could totally see someone saying. I mean, because who really does want to be there? So she says, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. And finally, the cast is so fed up because she keeps saying she doesn't want to be there that, she's like the weak link. Like, it's an ensemble show. And so that's the great thing when you show up and you're not in the mood to do the job, or, you're having an off day or you're tired or whatever it is. The bottom line is that it seems like you guys are all fighting with each other, but let's be honest, it is a good thing when you show up and you're tired, you're hungover. I mean, I'm saying this, she didn't say this, and you like need a minute to yourself. You want a strong cast, right? The show, what is that? The sum of the whole is greater than its parts. You're only as great as the weakest link. So that she is the weakest link, that everybody shows up ready to do the job. And Adriana is just like, I'm miserable and I don't want to be here. And everyone's like, well, we're working our asses off and you're like the dead weight. You're dropping the ball. And Marisol is saying, I've heard complaints from some of the girls. They're like, I don't want to film with her. She's always miserable. Like, she doesn't say anything. So she just sits there like a bump on a log, according to Marisol, and she doesn't want to be there and she doesn't want to film. And everyone feels like they're picking up the slack. And then she'll throw some bombs here and there, which, guys, we've seen her do these one-liners, which are great. And then, she gets picked up again. I assume she means like season to season. That's the sentiment with some. I don't talk to everybody. You know what I mean? So she's basically saying the cast doesn't want to film with Adriana and they're icing her out, and that she is going to be on the chopping block next season because nobody wants to work with her. She is my favorite. Let me just say that. I think she is hilarious. I think she is funny. I mean, girl, I hope I look like you at 60. She is looking hot. And Adriana actually clapped back to this icing out rumor, and she posted it on Instagram because that's what we do. She is out campaigning to bring people against me because she is jealous of my talents and intellect. She wants to dim my light so she can feel relevant. I love it, Adriana. And then Gertie, the Gerdster, our friend Gertie, she has weighed in. You know what's sad? After all these years on hiatus, you would think, which she's implying, I assume Marisol, maybe Adriana, but after all these years on hiatus, so it's certainly directed towards those two, or I mean, I would assume Marisol. After all these years on hiatus, you would think that some people would just be grateful to be back on screen, but instead icing out people, or maybe she's referring to Adriana, icing out people, and she has said that, oh, I wasn't referring to anyone in particular, icing out people, or she's referring to Marisol, obviously, icing out people, not inviting people to filmed events, ignoring the basic rule of what's right and what is wrong. It's extremely sad and shameful. If we all played our given positions and stopped playing casting director, greater things could happen together. Alliances equals stagnancy equals no group growth. I agree with you, Gertie. I don't like when the cast plays casting director. I don't like when they decide to ice someone out. So, I mean, Marisol is putting this narrative out there, which this is a dangerous thing. It's the Monica Garcia thing is a different animal. I loved Monica, but it's different because it's basically like you kept this from production. Production didn't know you were Reality Von Teese. How did they not discover this? So that is a whole thing which makes production look bad. And as soon as this happened, I said, Monica's not coming back. That to me is different than Katie Ginella, who didn't do anything against production. That they get together and decide that they don't want to film with her. And as Erica Jane says, poof, she's gone. It is weird. Katie was there this season and now she's not. I still, I still am like, is there going to be a reunion? It's such a toxic season. Where is the RHOC reunion? Is Katie really going to be there? Is she really going to be at BravoCon? Andy Cohen says, send in your questions. We're having a reunion. Katie says she's going and she's going to BravoCon. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry if I am a little bit skeptical. I don't think Katie's going to be at BravoCon. I'd like to see the actual reunion being filmed. I am recording this a few days in advance. So by the time you hear this in a few days, it is so possible that there will be a reunion. But I'm not even believing it that there's actually going to be a reunion because Katie's not there. And we have bloggers and claims of racism and this and that. And I don't know, but I don't know. So I don't like when the cast ices someone out and therefore you lose your job like Katie did. It's not going to happen to Adriana, but I don't like it. So I agree with you, Gertie. I agree. Let's not play casting director and just let the process. These are your colleagues. There are people listening to this driving to their office jobs right now to sit in a cubicle next to someone that they hate. It's called life. We all have to work with people that we don't like. Unless you work in a fucking isolated vacuum like me. And then the only people I have to like are myself and my goddamn ropers. And I fucking love all of you. So yeah, I've set my life up for how I want to live it, okay? But that's very rare. So I agree with Gertie. Just let it, God, I am riled up. Just let the process do what it is. And I don't like anybody being iced out. I'm sorry. I don't like it. Okay. Man, I am riled up today. Two more things. Teresa Giudice. I know you guys are tired of Teresa. Teresa. Well, I do have something to say. I'm sorry to tell you guys about this. She has a regret. She says her only regret. I mean, you gotta love this. Her only regret from being on the show for all these years. Her big regret is that, and I mean, she's kind of joking, but she's kind of not joking. Her big regret from the fucking 2 decades, basically, decade and a half, that she's been on the damn show is that when she flipped the table, she didn't have a smile on her face. And when she flips tables, she likes to be happy. I don't even want to go into this anymore, but give me a fucking break, Teresa. Give me a fucking break. That's your big regret? Not that you made the fucking problem with Melissa your central storyline for all this time and you drove the whole fucking show into the ground. I know Margaret is toxic, and she was responsible for part of it too. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get all of it. I don't like it. Okay, I don't like it. So, that's your regret. Okay, Teresa. Okay, girlfriend. Sorry guys, I'm not happy about this one. Okay. Oh, by the way, just for those who are